Even though the Boeing 777X took its first flight 3 years ago, and the target date for its first delivery has passed, the process of getting it approved is still going on. The first delivery of Boeing's most recent wide-body plane has been pushed back about 5 years due to COVID, engine problems, and the need for more research. But the company that makes planes has been very busy lately, starting new rounds of testing and even getting a new client. This is the most up-to-date information about the 77X in 2023. Let's talk in detail about it. Floating in the air. The 4 Boeing 77X test beds have been doing a lot of work lately. In the end, they will all be shipped to customers. Each plane has a specific job to do, such as test low-speed aerodynamics, flight loads, or automatic landing. Because of a problem with the GE9X power plants at the end of the previous year, which caused a long delay, the planes have been very busy flying since December 2022. Since November 2021, N779XZ has been on the ground for long twin operations, dependability, and other things, while N779XW has been the busiest, with electronic tests, taxi tests, and other things. At the moment, the plane maker thinks that the first 777X will be delivered around the start of the year 2025. The plan has been behind for a few years now. The most recent goal, which was the fourth quarter of 2024, was moved up to April of this year, and it is likely that more updates will be given soon. The next important step, which is called Type Inspection Authorization or TIA, is expected to come up soon. This is when FAA pilots will get on board to sign off on the last steps of approval. Boeing 777X Taxi Test. Mentor Pilot says that over the past year, Boeing has been under pressure to change how they use their resources. At first, the plane maker was worried that it wouldn't get a waiver for making changes to the cockpits of the 737 MAX 7 and MAX 10. Without that waiver, it would have to put all of its resources into developing and testing those jets. But after Congress gave the 777X permission, people started to pay attention to it again. This made it possible for the plane to move one step closer to its TIA. New rules. Even though Boeing has been getting public complaints from customers like Emirates and veiled pessimism from other customers about delivery delays, the company still got a new order for the 777X this year. When it ordered 10 777-9s in February, Air India became the 8th customer for the most recent series of wide-body planes. This was part of a bigger order for 470 jets that the airline placed with both Airbus and Boeing. From the deal, Boeing got commitments for 220 planes, 190 737 MAXs, 20 787s, and 10 777Xs. Even though the order of 10 is not by any means the biggest order, it is a big vote of confidence in a project that has been very late. But now that the last 747 has been delivered, the market is ready for a new wide-body to replace it and take the place of the old 777 classic types. Because the 747 has finally made its last delivery, the market is now ready for a new widebody. When Boeing showed off the 777X freighter, the project also took another step forward. As soon as the news came out, several companies, including Qatar Airways, Cargolux, and Ethiopian companies, showed interest in buying the plane. Even though this was a reaction to the Airbus A350F, the Boeing 777XF won't be flying for a long time. This is probably because it will be built on the frame of the 777-8. For now, the 777X project has a lot to do. And since airlines are eager to get the monster with folded wingtips, the project can't afford any more delays. The General Electric GE90 engine is used to power the family of Boeing 777 planes. This line has 7 different planes: the Dash 200, 200ER, 200LR, 300, and 300ER, as well as the 777F, which is a freighter. The more powerful GE9X engine is used to power Boeing's brand new 777X line, which has not yet been put into service. Boeing 777 and 777X are twin-jet wide-body airliners that can carry between 312 and 440 people, and can fly more than 7,000 nautical miles or 13,000 kilometers away. General Electric GE90. The General Electric GE90 is a group of high-bypass turbofan engines that were made specifically to power the well-known twin-jet aeroplanes. Its power is rated between 360 and 510 kilonewtons, which is 81,000 to 115,000 pound force. The GE90 was first put into normal service by British Airways in November 1995. It is the only engine available for the Boeing 777-200LR, 777F, and 777-300ER. It is also one of 3 choices for the Boeing 777-200, 200ER, and 300. The GE90 was the biggest jet engine until the GE9X came along and made it obsolete. The fan on the GE9X is 6 inches wider than the fan on the GE90. General Electric GE9X. The GE9X is the most powerful and biggest commercially available jet engine at the moment. The GE90 was used as a model for the high-bypass turbofan. The high-bypass turbofan is different from the GE90 because it has a bigger fan, uses more current materials, and has higher bypass and compression ratios. The engine is thought to have a takeoff power of about 110,000 pound-feet. GE uses cutting-edge materials and production methods to make the engine that uses less gas, is quieter, and is better for the Earth. In order to meet the needs of the Boeing 777X, the engine was made. Technical comparison. The GE9X is the biggest commercial aviation engine that is being made right now, and the diameter of its fan, 134 inches or 340 centimeters, is almost the same as the width of the Boeing 737's body. The GE9X is 5% more powerful than the GE90 and can produce 134,300 pound force of thrust. Even so, the GE9X is officially rated for 110,000 pound-feet of takeoff thrust, which is less than what it can do at its best. It has also been certified for that amount. John Slattery, Executive Vice President and Chief Commercial Officer of GE Aerospace, said this about the GE9X engine. It takes the world's best talent in jet propulsion to create a product like that. There's nothing else that comes close to the GE9X in terms of its small size, amazing power, and fuel efficiency. With this engine, our flight customers will get a level of value and reliability that has never been seen before. Fan blades. The fan blades on the GE9X make a big difference in how well the plane's aerodynamic design works. Carbon fiber reinforced plastic, or CFRP, is used to make the fan blades, which makes them more efficient, stiffer, and less likely to break when hit. When compared to the GE90, the GE9X has a smaller fan radius ratio, which increases airflow while reducing total drag. Also, the GE9X has 16 less fan blades than its predecessor, the GE90, which had 22. Both engines' fan blades have steel edges on the front and glass fiber edges on the back. This is to help absorb the force of a bird strike. Even though the fan blades of the GE90 are also made of carbon fiber reinforced plastic, the GE9X has the most efficient fan on the market to improve speed and cut fuel use. Fuel saving. The fuel economy of the GE9X is 10% better than that of the GE90. Compared to the GE90, which has a 40-to-1 ratio, the huge 61-to-1 overall engine pressure ratio lowers thrust-specific fuel consumption by a lot. Most of the engine efficiency gain comes from a better way to move the ship forward. This is made possible by a high bypass ratio of 10-to-1. Because the GE9X engine has fewer parts, it is lighter, and the low-pressure system, which includes a fan, generator, and low-pressure turbine, works better. General Electric says that the GE9X's high-pressure compressor is up to 2% more efficient than the one in the GE9X's model. On the GE90, the core ratio was 19-to-1. On the new model, it was raised to 27-to-1. By using 11 compressor steps, instead of 9 or 10 on the GE90, air pressure can be better optimized, which uses less fuel. Even though there wasn't much room for growth with the GE90, the GE9X was able to leapfrog its predecessor because both its design and the way it was made were improved. Thanks for watching this video.